headliners. You guys are going to love her. Please give it up for Amy T! Thank you so much. What a fun show you've seen so far, yes? Yeah. And I love being on this show. And the one common thread that I share with all the boys on this show, none of us date guys. We're all on board the bus. Be Captain Obvious with my Katie Lang haircut, but we're good. Take this bitch for a ride. I think it's hard to tell sometimes when you can't always tell when people are gay or straight, right? Like my friends and I, we play this game all the time. If we're people watching at the mall or the airport, we'll look at people and be like, huh, lesbians or sisters? Lesbian, maybe an animal shelter volunteer. Lesbian, middle-aged woman from Maine, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I get to perform all over the country, which is a lot of fun, and I don't know if you know this, but not all parts of the country like the queers. I know, it's shocking to me too. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm not welcome back at a NASCAR bar in North Carolina, and I'm okay with it. Feeling is mutual. Can't say gay in Florida. Fuck Florida. Florida, serious. I don't want to visit Florida anyways. That's where my mom lives, so fuck Florida. My agent called me at the beginning of the summer. He's like, Amy T, I got a great gig for you. And I'm like, all right. He's like, it's on a waterfront resort in the White Mountains. I'm like, oh my God, that sounds amazing. He goes, yeah, they're gonna give you a room, you can spend the weekend, you're gonna love it. I'm like, fantastic. I got all the information via email, and it was in Claremont, New Hampshire. Some of you may know where Claremont, New Hampshire is. I had no idea where Claremont, New Hampshire is. But from where I live, it is far. It's really far. And just when I thought I was almost there, it was another 100 miles past that. I was like, deep in this red state. So the GPS tells me to take this left down this road. I'm taking the left down the road. Again, you may know, Claremont, New Hampshire is not a waterfront resort in the White Mountains. It was a trailer park on a pond. And I don't even think it was a pond. I think it rained a lot that week. I was just in a really trashy campground. And I was like, ooh, well played, Mr. Booker. Well played, you know? So I'm very much well aware of what I look like and where I am, right? So I'm in this campground and I'm on stage. It wasn't even a stage, it was a bed of pallets, right? I think they were gonna use it for the bonfire at the end of the season or whatever, right? So I'm trying to feel out the audience a little bit. I do the little Katie Lang haircut joke, and this guy yells at me, he goes, you carpet muncher? Oh, so who the hell says that in the 21st century, carpet muncher, right? I just looked him dead in the eyes. I was like, at best, I clean a hardwood floor. Maybe a small area rug, but a whole carpet? I wanted to see how far I could go with you guys. I get asked a lot now, it's very trendy. Amy T, how do you identify? I'm like, oh, I'm a comedian. I'm like, no, how do you identify in your community? And I'm like, I don't even know, like I haven't even thought about it. Like I use she, her pronouns, but by the looks of me, I often get called sir, just be kind, you know? And I'm Generation X, right? So I came out nearly 30 years ago. And when I came out, we had the LGBT community, and it just stopped. Every year that I've been out, we keep adding on letters. So now we have the LGBTQIA plus, two-spirit. The only letters we don't have are the S and H for straights or heterosexuals. So I don't know why you just don't join our side of the alphabet. We have half the damn letters. And all the rest of you have is shh. That's what I want some of them to do in this country. I want them to shh. Yeah, but when I came out 30 years ago, I would have been considered a butch lesbian or a dyke. And that doesn't fit for me at all. Like butch lesbian? No. I don't like camping, I don't like sports, and I don't own flannel, so that doesn't fit for me. Like, stereotypically, I know I look like I should like the Patriots, but I don't. And it gets real awkward, like on a Sunday morning when I'm at the grocery store, I'll be putting all my snacks on the belt, and the clerk will be trying to have a conversation with me, like, oh, you getting ready for the big game? Nope. Sunday afternoon at my house. Apparently, I'm always halftime ready. And I bought this entire suit at the men's section at Macy's. Yeah, if I had to look around at some of the men in this audience, don't feel like you're gonna wear this outfit. So I don't know if I shop at the gay men's section at Macy's. Guy recently, after one of my shows, told me I look like a leftover member from the Backstreet Boys. I said, tell me why. He didn't even get it. He just doubled down. He's like, well, look at your haircut and the way you're dressed. I want it that way. And I don't want to identify as a man unless I go get my hair cut. If I call the salon and I say my name is Amy, my haircut's $90. If I call the salon and I say my name is Andy, $25. Same shitty haircut. Just trying to pay 70 cents on the dollar. That's How do I identify? I don't even know. I recently, at the beginning of the year, I tested positive for the BRCA gene, and so I had a bilateral mastectomy. And when I went back to work, one of my colleagues was like, Amy T, does that mean you're non-binary now? Jesus, Joyce, it means I'm not gonna get fucking cancer. That's what it means. Like, how do I identify? I don't even know how I identify, honestly. At this point in my life, I'm middle-aged with a muffin top. Okay? I identify as a lowercase b. That's how I identify. I love this time of year. I'm getting excited. My wife and I were celebrating our 10-year wedding anniversary in January. Thank you very much. Thank you. I do appreciate that because this is my third marriage. And in defense of me, though, I married and divorced the same woman twice. I swear to God. Because after a couple martinis, you fall back in love again. It's this whole cycle. Which is why I'm 13 years sober. That shit was getting expensive. You gotta give her the house, then you take it back. Give her the house, then you take it back. I just told you I do comedy in campgrounds. She gave me the house, she took it back. She gave me the house and then she took it with her. But that's how that went. My wife and I, we got married on Martin Luther King Day, which was a very important date to me, because I thought it was a great way to celebrate our civil rights, and then I thought it was also a great way to honor all the black men that she had dated before me. Mostly it was a Monday and it was way cheaper, and that was more important to me. My friends tease me a lot. They'd be like, Amy T, you must be hard to date. You've been married 3 times, it must be hard to date you. And it's not hard to date me at all. Like, I have 3 rules about dating me. And the first rule about dating me, I don't want you to look like me. Right? You know how lesbians will start doing that? They start morphing into each other, have their matching haircuts, and they wear their matching P-Town t-shirts, only in opposite colors. Or if they're in the closet, it'll say Cape Cod. Almost gone. And I swear to God, only lesbians will do that. I swear to God. Because gay men would never be caught dead doing that. Like, gay men like to compliment each other. Like, one will wear the collar while the other one's holding the leash. Second rule about dating me, I don't want you to own a pair of those Crocs shoes. Oh, I fucking hate those shoes. Oh, God. And now it's getting cold out, right? It's gonna get cold out, there's gonna be Crocs with fur. No. You look like a Clydesdale walking down the damn mall. Crocs are for children under 8 and people who can't see. That's the only ones that you gotta worry about. And a woman at the campground yelled at me, she's like, Amy T, they're comfortable and you can throw them in the dishwasher. So who the hell is eating at your house? You don't throw shoes in a dishwasher. Knock it off, right? No, you're not gonna throw shoes in a dishwasher. Third rule about dating me, I don't want to take you out for dinner and you eat with your hands meat on a bone. Like, I don't want you to order a big plate of buffalo wings and then you have buffalo sauce coming out of the corner of your mouth. Like, I don't want to look at that. I don't. And then I don't want you to take the wing out and scrape it in between your teeth. No. And then I don't want you to take a toothpick out, pick at it, look at it, and eat it again. No! What are you looking at? You just ate a piece of chicken. It's not going to be a steak tip. Jesus Christ. That's why my wife is perfect for me. She wears lip gloss, stilettos, and a vegetarian, so we get along just fine. And she got the bonus question right. I don't ever have to take a shower with her. Like, I don't like that. I don't find that sexy at all. All it does is make me cold while I'm watching you rinse off. My wife and I are U-Haul lesbians. I don't know if you're familiar with the old joke, the U-Haul lesbians. The old joke is, what's the second date for a lesbian? You get the U-Haul. My wife and I are very much U-Haul lesbians. Second date, I found out she was a psych nurse practitioner. I have a mental health condition and substance use disorder. I'm dual diagnosis. Second date, moved her in, adopted her cat, put her on my phone plan, and chained her to a radiator. I'm like, you're going nowhere. This is in-home care without the copay. I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder 13 years ago. Y'all familiar? Bipolar? Yeah. Oh, nice. So some of you are, maybe some of you aren't. Oh yeah, my crazy eyes are better than my gaydar. I can spot you out easy. But if you're not familiar with bipolar disorder, it's a mood disorder. And you cycle through episodes of depression and mania. Depression, I think we all know what that looks like, but mania is a lot harder to describe. And before I got sober, my manic episodes, I was very reckless, I was self-medicating, I was promiscuous. Like, all of you should be glad I'm a lesbian, because I would have a shit ton of kids across this country that I would not be taking care of right now. And now that I'm sober, my manic episodes look a lot different, right? Like, I love shopping, I have a fetish for Cole Haan shoes, I have to have every single one and every single color and every single collection. I get very hyper-focused on my hobbies, and now my new addiction is gambling. Yeah, where's my scratch ticket, people? It's an $800 billion industry, and just he and I are fixing the roads up here in Manchester. Okay. I love the scratch tickets, I really do. And I can give a shit and care less when I lose on a scratch ticket. Because as a comic, you get paid in cash a lot, so if I lose on a scratch ticket, that's how I feel like I'm paying my state income tax. Like, oh yeah, I'm investing in my future, you know? Like, my entire retirement plan is on the Mass State Lottery. You know? I'm a lazy scratch ticket person too. Like, I'll go to sit down on the couch, and I'll go to scratch my ticket, and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot a coin. So you know what I started doing? I started keeping a quarter in the couch. Yeah, because I knew my wife would never find it because she doesn't clean, right? And then sometimes there'll be 4 quarters in the couch, and that's another scratch ticket, and it just keeps the cycle going, you know? She got in my car recently, and she's completely disgusted by me. I'm like, what's the matter with you? She's like, I can't believe you started smoking again. And it wasn't, it was all the scratch ticket dust. Then I had to start smoking again to cover up the scratch ticket dust. And the whole thing in my house. I'm kind of hoping the pandemic comes back this winter. Like, I want it back. Bring it back. Yeah, give me the triple-demic. I want COVID, I want RSV, I want the flu, I want it all back. I miss COVID. I miss the convenience of COVID. I really do. Right? Remember when we were first locked down, there was no traffic? Now all the traffic is back, you know? And I don't know what you guys did when you were locked down. Did you just play Grand Theft Auto for like 8 hours a day? And then when we released you from your house, you took it to I-93? Is that what happened? Like, Jesus, you guys are aggressive. Like, 80's the new 60, the breakdown lane's the new fast lane, you know? Oh my God, I miss COVID, right? I really do, right? Because for the first time in my life, I didn't feel like I was in flight or flight motion every time I left the house. I just knew what to do during COVID, right? Stand here. Okay, I just knew what to do, you know? 6 feet apart. I miss 6 feet apart. Now people just come up and touch you and everything. I miss that. Oh my God, I miss it. I miss the masks. Bring me back the mask. I miss it. I have a very expressive face. And if you're talking to me and I think you're an idiot, shows on my face. But when we were wearing the masks, you had no idea I thought you were an idiot. Right? And with my Botox, my eyebrows don't move, so you had no idea I thought you were an idiot. This is true, absolutely, absolutely. I still use COVID as an excuse. I kept my COVID positive test from when I had it in April of 2021. I have not been to a family function at my in-laws for 2 years. It's like every time the group chat will come out, we'll be like, oh, we're getting together on Sunday, and I just snap a new picture of the test. It's like my elf on the shelf. I just move it around the house. I miss the arrows at the grocery store. Oh my God, why did we ever go back? Honestly, I've been doing that joke for like 15 years, right? We need arrows in the grocery store, up one way, down the other, right? No U-turns either. I don't give a shit if you've got something. Finish the aisle, you come back down, back up and around. And then we lock down and we have a pandemic and they put the arrows in the grocery store. I'm like, they'll never go back. They're gonna see how much better this is. And they fucking took them away, why? Now I go to the grocery store, I gotta grab one of those big long loaves of bread, right? So I have 18 inches on either side of me and nobody can come near me anymore. I miss the body I had before COVID. I was in much better shape before COVID. Now I just feel like I look like a pickleball player that plays on Sunday, once a month or something, And when we first locked down, I was like, I'm gonna be serious about my fitness, So every Saturday, I would challenge myself to put on a pair of pants that buttoned and zipped so I could kind of get a gauge of how fat I was getting, right? By week 2, I was like, fuck this. Filled my mask with snacks, strapped it to my face like a feed bag, and I didn't move all day long. Yes, Netflix, I'm still watching, You wanna know how fat I got? This is how fat I got during the pandemic, that my underwear got too tight. Do you have any idea how fat you have to get that your underwear doesn't fit anymore? There's a lot of given underwear, and I gave mine all up. I actually gave myself lymphedema in my left leg because I was cutting the circulation off. That's how fat I got. This is ridiculous. At one point, I just looked over at my wife. I was like, fuck it, this is the cow you bought. This is the one that you own now. I'm like, all right, Amy, see, this is ridiculous. You can't be that fat. You have to have underwear in your drawers that fit, you know what I mean? Because this is what I didn't want to happen. I didn't want to have bins in my attic of fat underwear, skinny underwear, and brought it out during a global pandemic. Just want underwear in your drawer that fits, So when the gyms opened back up, I'm like, I'm going back to the gym, So the little girl at the front desk, her name is Haley, she's 19, and she's doing the intake on me. She's like, Amy T, what are some of your fitness goals? I was like, well, Haley, I just would like to fit back into my underwear again. How about that? There's a good chance I'm not going to be wearing any for the first 6 months that I'm here, so I feel like that's a good fitness goal. You guys have been so much fun. Thank you so much.